Hi, good morning. Today we learn about how to load a delimited flat file into database using Talend. So this is a delimited employee delimited flat file, and the columns are ID, first name, age, and salary. Here each and every tab is separated by a semicolon, which is a delimited one, and these are their corresponding values for each and every employees. So let's start our job. Go to Talend, right click on job designs, create a new job which is load delimited flat file to where db. Purpose, in the name only it makes sense that you have to fill what is the purpose of it. Loading records from employee delimited file to MySQL database. All make sure that to fill this purpose, because if you are not in that project and someone came, so it can be easily understandable what the job is actual. Okay, so click on finish. Here it will come, and this is the palette over here where you can find each and every option here. So click enter T file input and enter. Here C reads a file row by row with simple separated fields. Actually delimited in the sense means it accepts .csv file, .xlxs file and all. So double click on it. By double clicking on it you will find the options over here. So property type, actually property types are two types, building and repository. I will explain you in the coming classes. So file stream, this is file name or stream. Actually this specifies that where your file is exactly located. So click here. So my file is employee delimited text. Click on OK, open. Okay, so here the first one is header, right? So and all are values, there is no footer. Okay, so we know that first one is a header, so specify header as 1. By specifying header as 1, so it won't consider this, it will consider the values from here. The first line will considered as header part. Okay, and the field separator is semicolon, as the delimiter is semicolon over here. Okay, good. So here schema is there. Actually schema in the sense means nothing but what are the columns. Actually in building we have to specify the schema compulsorily. I will clearly explain about what is building schema and what is repository schema in the coming classes. Okay, so what are the columns? ID, first name, age and salary. So those are the values over here. Okay, ID, which is a type of, just expand it, it is a type of integer ID, and next one is first name, which is a string, and next one is age, again it is an integer. Next one is salary, which is an integer. Click on OK. So now again click on this edit schema. So whatever the columns here, ID, first name, age, salary, you have mentioned here. Okay, and click on OK. So by completing these options, here you will find a warning symbol. What's that? This component should have output link. So it is a input component and output should be there. Before loading into the database, first give a trail. By checking on the fly, you have an option called tlogRow. See, displays the flow content on the run job console. Means on the fly you can see whether the data is correct or wrong before loading into the database. So actually there are two options over here, row and trigger. In trigger we can find multiple options as subjob OK, on subjob error, run if, on component OK, on component error. I will explain you in the previous classes. So again I will explain you, no need to worry. Row, in row there are three types: main, reject, iterate. Iterate means nothing but looping. So I will explain it with an example, no need to worry. Reject means if you are joining two tables, after joining it some records won't match, right? So we can capture those records which are reject records. Okay, and main is nothing but a direct link between an input component and output component. So click on main and this. Okay, double click on it. Actually there are three types: basic, table and vertical. Actually basic means the data will come in a clumsy format, whereas a table means you can find row and column format. So by clicking this, warnings has been disappeared. Have you seen? Okay, now click on sync columns. By clicking on sync columns, see, whatever the schema present in the T file input delimited will be automatically synced to tlogRow. Just click on edit. See, ID, first name, age, salary came here. You need not to be mentioned again. Okay, just click on this and click on run job. The job will be running. Oh, what's the error? For input string 9665. Okay, so here what is the mistake is, for every value, if you see there is a space, right? There is a space over here. Due to this that error came. So let's modify. Double click on T file input delimited, go to advanced settings and click on trim all columns. Trim in the sense means is just removes the space, that's all. Removes the space means it's remove the space here and loads the data. Okay, for a shortcut use F6 to run the job. Click on F6. So by trimming we get this data in a correct format. Okay, yeah. So click on this, deactivate it and delete the connection in between them, and go to the palette, type MYSQL, so you can find multiple options here. So drag and drop the T file output component, right click on it, row, main. Okay, double click on it, specify the connections over here. So action and data should be insert action on table. Action on the table in the sense means if already table exists, you can mention the table name over here, or else create table if does not exist. Okay, after giving all the connection details, click on the F6, so the data will be loaded into the target. So that's all. Thank you guys.